Meanwhile, in Washington, the House is expected to receive a classified briefing today on Iran.
Chad Pergram is live on Capitol Hill with all the details. Hey, Chad.
Good morning, guys. All House members receive their Iran briefing shortly. Senate Republicans were impressed what they heard in their briefing yesterday.
So, without any classified information whatsoever, I think it's safe to say that we have struck a major blow alongside our friends in Israel against Iran's nuclear program that is going to make America safer, our friends in the region safer, and protect the world from the risk of an Iranian nuclear weapon.
However, some Democrats remain skeptical about the success of the strikes. They argue that Iran maintains nuclear ambitions.
The only way to truly constrain Iran's nuclear program is diplomacy. You cannot bomb knowledge out of existence. No matter how many scientists you kill, there are still people in Iran who know how to work centrifuge.
Now, the Senate could vote on a resolution by Democrat Tim Kaine today. It would restrict action against Iran. The vote could split the Democrats. There's concern about handcuffing the president. Republicans argue that Kaine's plan is a stunt. Guys?
All right, Chad, what is the latest with the big, beautiful bill?
Well, the deadline to finish the bill is approaching, but the bill is not done. Some Republicans oppose even starting the debate. Listen. If the bill is not done, will you vote to proceed?
No, because I haven't seen the bill. I've got to see the bill. I want the conference to be able to discuss the bill. I want us to go through every provision, what the scores are, what we should leave in, what we should leave out.
Now, Senate Republicans hope to vote today to launch debate, but that plan is slipping. The GOP is trying to retool the package to comply with rulings from the parliamentarian. House conservatives have had it with the Senate.
I think the Senate is hiding behind the parliamentarian. I think the Senate wants to be able to avoid some of these cuts and these savings, and they want to be able to blame it on the parliamentarian. So don't blame the parliamentarian. The majority leader said he was going to honor the commitment that we made with the Speaker to keep within our framework. The majority leader ought to honor that commitment.
Now, the House could balk at Senate changes. That puts the July 4th deadline in jeopardy. Guys?
So what about this parliamentarian? She seems to have nixed 24 or blocked 24 different provisions in the bill. Things like limiting Medicaid and Medicare coverage for illegal immigrants. Things like not providing taxpayer money for transgender care. They said because essentially if it's not fiscal, it doesn't pass the Byrd test. Do you sense politics in this?
No, because, when you get down to this, Elizabeth McDonough, she is an umpire. She is a referee. And, sometimes you get provisions in the bill. There was a provision about AI, which some people didn't think would cut muster. Guess what? It's in the bill right now, although some Republicans, there's a certain sect of Republicans who don't like that AI provision. You're right. It does have to be about numbers. And you can try to overrule the parliamentarian. You can try to waive the Budget Act, as it's called, but that needs 60 votes. So that's not going to happen in the Senate. And it's just like a baseball game. Sometimes you like the strike zone of the umpire. Sometimes you don't. And guess what? They actually try to work the umpire. They go in there and they try to persuade her a little bit, but she goes right down the middle.
Chad, is she at risk of losing her job? Because a lot of the senators, as well as the representatives, are pointing to her links and ties to Democrats.
Well, Tommy Tuberville, the Republican senator from Alabama, he argued that she should be fired. Again, this comes back to what some people are alleged are politics. They did fire the Senate parliamentarian back in the 1980s, a guy by the name of Bob Dove. We talk about the Byrd rule, Dove. We have a lot of avian themes in the Senate here. But, when it comes down to this, the Republicans could have brought in another parliamentarian if they wanted to. They are in charge. And the House Republicans who have been critical of her, if you look at the Constitution, Article 1, Section 5, says that the House of Representatives and the Senate, they have the right to make their own rules. So the Senate has agreed to give the parliamentarian this type of power, and that's up to the Senate to change that. If the House doesn't like it, that's their problem. It's up to the Senate.
Right. And lastly, Chad, what's the timing? So today, could we see a test vote, some type of procedural vote?
If you asked me that this time yesterday morning, I would have said absolutely, certainly maybe 9, 10 o'clock tonight. I really don't think physically there is any way possible to do that. We think that they may not get to that until Saturday, Sunday. Mark Wayne Mullen, the Republican senator from Oklahoma. He indicated, I said, when would you pass the bill? I said, Saturday, Sunday, 4:45 a.m. Monday morning. And he thought yesterday, before people go to work on Monday. That might still be a little bit fast, and then you have to turn around and calibrate it with the Senate, or excuse me, with the House. And you heard what Chip Roy said. Just because the Senate has passed this bill that nobody has seen yet doesn't mean that the House can immediately eat it. There's a lot of conservatives in the House who are very afraid of getting jammed.
Right. He's already spoken out and said, what are they doing? They're leaving the new green scam in there, a lot of these programs in there, cut down the amount of taxes on endowments. So some things the House might be forced to sign off on or not sign on at all.
And if they don't pass it by 4th of July, will they stick around during the holiday weekend?
Well, what they would have to do is they would have to amend it and send it back. And then you certainly don't get this done by the 4th of July. I mean, again, that is an arbitrary deadline.
Yeah.
That's one thing that they've talked about here, saying, OK, we don't really need to pass this until early August because that's the debt ceiling. I was kind of joking with another reporter up here that I could see them actually having the fireworks on the National Mall and playing the 1812 Overture, and fireworks were going off, and maybe they were actually passing the bill in the House chamber right at that moment. I don't know that it'll come to that, but it might.
All right, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.